there was a there was a there was a guy called Prior Pimon who was the governor at the time. Who was the Thai governor. Um, what's her name? The Heroines Monument, Thao Thepkasattri. She was from a Malay family in Kedah, right? And my own feeling was she was a bit of a little gold digger, right? So she was pretty good looking, and first her family moved up here, and they were quite strong Malay family in Telang. And in those days, when the governor came, he would defer to he married her. He would defer to the wife's family, and the wife would run the affairs. It was the same that the governor would like drink and go, go and cockfight and stuff, right? And do his politicking. She ran the island, her family ran the island. But prior to that, she was up in Prachapkirikan, where she first married her first governor. And then she divorced him. He was an old guy, so she married into money there. And then she came back to Phuket high so enough to marry the governor here, which was a very prosperous, because all the gun trade, all the war trade. This was the furthest west port of Siam, right? Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to sell guns to the king, like Francis Light was a gun runner, you could come from India to here and sell the guns, because by then the Burmese had taken all of Tenasserim province, right? So this had a lot of commerce going on, all the tin trading, so it was a prosperous governorship. You could steal a lot of money if you were the governor here. Still can, right? So he married her. Anyway, then the Burmese came to attack the island in one of the other invasions of Thailand, and he died just a few days before the Burmese arrived. So she was left. Everyone looked to her for leadership, because she was the de facto leader of the local people. He wasn't even from here, though, by Pimon. And by then, normally what they did when the Burmese come was they all just ran away to Phang Na, right? And you just go, in Phang Na, the Burmese couldn't chase you, just keep going inland till they give up. You wait till they steal everything, and you come back, and your houses are made of straw. You just rebuild your house, right? And you can get, you take your cattle, or not even cattle, just your goats and chickens with you, and you bring them back, and life goes on, and you plant some more fruit, and off you go, right? That's why they didn't have forts, because if they had a fort, they'd have to go and take it back from the people. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing to protect, right? Only the tin that had been mined was the only thing of any value here, and the people, right? So they just wanted to come and steal the people, because the people, you go and sell them somewhere else. People were the most valuable thing here all the way through. And so slavery and piracy was massive here. Right?
And so the Burmese were doing this consistently.
The Burmese would come and raid them, steal everyone, steal everything. And so, hey, the Thais did it back to the Burmese. I mean, they're bad and we're good.
And now it's kind of back to today with all the Burmese working here.
Yeah, the periods through history where, Thailand's doing better than Burma right now because they've got a screwed up government. But other times when the king here was screwed up and the king there was good, they were strong.
Ebbs and flows.
Yeah, since 1500. Right?
So specifically on this case, this was a time when the Burmese attempted to come in.
So the Burmese, they came, they attacked, and they surrounded the island. And so she said, look, we'll go to the French fort, because there had been a big shipment of cannon come in just prior to that, they were waiting for to be picked up by the king. And they had a lot of gunpowder, and they had a lot of grape shot, all waiting to go to the king. So they went into this fort, and they held the Burmese off for almost a month, until eventually the Thai king defeated the main Burmese army, and they left, right? And she was accredited with saving the island, right? But there's a lot of horror stories after, because the Burmese burnt all the crops and everything. So once they'd left, everyone starved, right? There was no food. I mean, you could go get some fish, but that was about it. And disease broke out, but she did defend the island against the Burmese and became famous. So the king asked for her sister to come up to be his concubine, and that's South Sisunthorn, which is the road going this way. You've got Thepkasattri Road, and Sisunthorn are the two sisters meeting at the Heroines Monument. And that's why
that area is called Sisunthorn.
Well. Yeah, her name was this whole road right through to Camelot.
What is this road's name? That's the
Sri
thing. When
Sunthorn.
you live in Thailand, you don't know any road.
No,
names.
this is Sri Sunthorn Road that goes to
Ah,
Gamla,
I
all
did
the way
not-
to the Heroines Monument and all the way up to Backlog.
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
And
Yeah.
it crosses Thepkasattri, which goes from Phuket
down to the bridge.